AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend.
Welcome back to the Past podcast. This episode, we're going to be talking about Pokemon. The fact that you're supposed to, got to catch them all. Of course, that's been the tagline for decades now. So, this is Kevin, joined by
Brad.
and
Justin.
yes, no last names today. But like I said, this is going to be about Pokemon. This has been a requested episode by a few different people that have emailed in wanting to know, hey, are you going to do Pokemon or are you going to do Doctor Who? And I believe as we record this late November, this is like, what, Doctor Who month or something like that? Wasn't that?
Doctor Who Day is November 23rd.
Okay, so
Yep.
not
Why
too long
is it
ago.
November 23rd?
That is the day that it premiered in 1963.
Okay.
The day after Kennedy was shot.
Oh.
Yeah, which is November 22nd for those of you who didn't know that.
Yes. More on that in a future episode.
Right. Which
Welcome
now,
to the Doctor Who.
Yeah. Fake out.
yeah. So that's going to be coming up on a future episode. Yes, it will happen when I don't know, but it's going to happen. But
When
anyway,
Kevin watches more of it.
right? Because I at least got to scratch the surface on that to get a feeling for all this Doctor Who, not
Indeed.
like Cindy Lou Who and Whoville of the Grinch.
I mean, this is the appropriate time of year.
I
for
am
that.
in Christmas
Yeah.
mode, yes. So if you're listening to this in 2020, I apologize now. I'm not trying to get ready for Christmas 2020. I'm still living in Christmas 2019. All right, folks. This is time. Pokemon was actually created a lot longer ago than I actually thought. So 1995 by Satoshi Tajiri, who began thinking of the idea as far back as 1989. I think this was about the time, something to do with the Game Boy. He's like, ooh, this could actually be something good. This wasn't it like Tamagotchi or these other little Digipets and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. Wasn't there like a Digimon and Tamagotchi? And
There was a lot of little things
the
similar to
little
this.
tiny...
Digital pets.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
little like
Take care of and die every day.
Yeah.
If you didn't feed it, you had the little. It was like an egg-shaped little circular thing with a little LED display on it. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or LCD.
I want
Yeah.
to say those are about the same time, maybe a few years after.
I mean, interesting stuff. Just that all this, collect all these little characters and all that.
When, if I remember correctly, the creator, which I'm bad at pronouncing names, the other idea behind it was he was either into bug collecting
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
or something of the like, and that's part of the evolution, huh?
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Whoa, whoa.
Of what Pokemon came to be.
Mm-hmm. If you notice, a lot of Pokemon characters have wings, kind of look like bugs. Some of them, like what, Diglett, look.
That's just a weird one.
Yeah, there's a
Look
lot
at
of
the
those.
memes. Look at the memes. Or no, maybe don't. If you're at work, don't.
Yeah, that's NSFW, not safe for work. Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. NSFW. I'm getting my acronyms correct. Look at that. That's a good start. So Pokemon obviously is known as pocket monsters. It takes both those little words and squishes them together into Pokemon. First Pokemon was actually Rhydon, which, most people, when you think Pokemon, Pikachu is the face of the franchise to me and to pretty much everybody else.
Like Mickey Mouse and Disney.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There are approximately, and maybe this is accurate, 890 different Pokemon, counting all their individual evolutions.
As of November 2019, that could change,
Right.
depending on how far in the
yeah.
future you were listening to this.
Yeah.
Pretty much every generation, it seems.
Yeah.
Because this episode is being recorded not long after Sword and Shield have released on the Switch.
Yeah.
I think we're safe for a little while.
You should.
For at least a year.
Yeah, I think. So Media Franchise is actually managed by the Pokemon Company, which is comprised of multiple companies such as Nintendo, Game Freak, and Creatures, which is an odd name for a company, just Creatures, which all share the copyright and the Japanese trademark. Nintendo, however, is the sole owner of the trademark in other countries. So I think that's another reason why the majority of people here in the West, in the United States, we just think of Pokemon as Nintendo. I think they're pretty much synonymous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even though Game Freak's been developing them since the beginning for the most part.
Correct, yeah. It's the highest grossing media franchise of all time, which that I didn't realize, but it makes sense when you count the video games, the trading cards,
The movies,
the
the
movies,
shows.
God, yeah, the show.
The merchandise.
You saw the promotional tie-ins and just everything with it.
I mean, one easily forgets how much stuff there is.
Yeah. So
Guess it wasn't a fad of the 90s, huh?
No. Yeah.
It was. That just never stopped.
Right. Well, I guess you could say, have Beanie Babies stopped, or they're still making those, aren't they?
I think
thought?
they're still making them because I think I just
Yeah.
saw some in the
Ty-
store the other day. In fact, I think they're a lot more like the little pop figures. They take already known properties and make it a Beanie Baby.
Okay.
That's what I've seen.
I'd rather still have Funko Pops. That's just me. Hey, what are you trying to say? That I've got an addiction? Because I don't. I can stop at any time.
That's what they always say.
I know. First famous last words.
Yeah.
So yeah, over $90 billion as of this recording in franchise revenue. Second place on that list belongs to Hello Kitty, which I believe
Very
Hello
surprising.
Kitty
for me.
is
Yeah.
second season Toys That Made Us. I haven't watched that episode. I know that.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I know it's on. It's
I am
one
very
of them.
behind on a lot of those. So
Because Toys That Made Us season 3 has My Little Pony.
Yeah.
I think Hello Kitty was the season 2.
That's right, because I think
one
Barbie
dedicated-
was season 1.
Yeah, because they have one that's dedicated to girls.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, primarily. Now, of course, it's not just girls that are into Hello Kitty and My Little Pony and Barbie, but typically, traditionally, neither he said, she said. Anyway, season 3 of Toys That Made Us, which this is not a promotion or an advertisement, it's pretty good. Especially the Mutant Ninja Turtle episode, which, hey, we have a Mutant Ninja Turtle episode too, so
We
go
do.
back and listen to that in the archives.
we're starting to get a little bit of a library.
I know, isn't that great? Yeah, I do think we have approximately 16 episodes that we've put out, counting
Oh my.
counting some that span across 2 episodes and the School Memories series trilogy, I guess.
Yeah, that was a trilogy.
Yeah. Ooh.
And we survived.
I know. And it's one that we can't go back in 15, 20 years and say, let's do a prequel. Sorry, we're not going to do a Star Wars thing on that.
Well, when I was 4,
Right. Preschool memories.
I may have eaten glue. Don't remember.
I remember playing in a sandbox.
And there was cat turds in it.
No, those were Lincoln Logs. No, anyway. Started as the Pokemon Red and Green video games for the Nintendo Game Boy in Japan of February. And sometimes that month gives me trouble. 1996. But outside of Japan, it is red and blue. And if we look at our favorite Pokemon, I think the three of us were at least going to say between those two, we're going to go red.
Yeah.
And which one is that because of?
Charizard.
The cool dragon, of course.
That breathes
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, and has fire on the tip of his tail.
Yeah.
And can fly.
I mean, when I think back as far as I can to Pokemon, and before I knew of Pokemon, Charizard's like really the first one that enters your mind, especially when you have the two cover arts.
Correct.
You've got red, you've got blue. Again, when it comes to fantasy things, unless you're talking about dragons, I'm not interested. Here you have a dragon straight on the cover, so I'm like, oh, what's this?
Yeah,
This looks
this is
awesome.
Dragons. Yeah. So I
Turns
guess-
out he's not a dragon Pokemon, but he looks like one.
He
so
looks
close
like one.
enough.
Yeah. Looks pretty similar to it. So we'll just go ahead and get our favorite Pokemon out of the way. My two main ones that I think would be Charizard and Arcanine. I guess that's how you pronounce
Both
it.
fire type.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at, obviously Charizard speaks for itself, but you look at Arcanine and you're like, oh, that's like a really cool looking dog that looks kind of like a cross between, I would say like a lion and a dog in a way.
Kinda, yeah.
Just because you see the little, I don't know, it's just really
Fluffy
cool looking.
mane thing
Yeah.
that's got going
I
on.
think it's a pretty cool looking Pokemon.
But he also has like tiger stripe influences through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a little different. So Justin, what about you?
I always got to go with the dragon-looking guy because, he's just the cool one.
Yeah.
But also, to be fair, I also liked his evolution storyline too. How you've got that. The first instance of Charmander was just depressing and sad.
Yeah, you just look at you like, oh.
He's just the sad little lizard-looking guy who's just sheltering his little flame in the rain, and
Yep.
it's just so depressing. And then you
Yeah.
got Charmeleon, who's just an asshole,
Yeah.
and then he turns into Charizard, and it's just like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, he's big
But other than
badass.
that, I every time I've ever tried to use anything, I suck at pretty much anything that's ghost or dark type, but I love the designs of all of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, go figure. Me, the horror fan,
Yeah.
goes for the dark and the ghost.
Yep.
But they, some of them are just really cool looking.
Like Gengar.
I resemble him some days. I mean, Ghastly just looks so... ghost.
Yeah, there are really a lot of cool looking designs for these characters.
I mean, there's a lot of designs for a lot of the different types that I really like, but it seems that the most ones that I like are either dark or ghost.
Yeah, and a lot of mine's based on, well, nostalgia and kind of first gen, honestly. There's ones that I like out of each gen. There's always some that you gravitate towards. But with me, right off the bat, it was Charizard.
Mm-hmm.
And then I discovered Gyarados was a thing. And he goes from this wimpy little fish to this badass dragon, a sea dragon. And in the second game, they get shiny versions. So instead of blue, he's red.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
And in Pokemon Go, he's red, and
Yeah.
he's pretty
cool.
cool looking.
And I guess to round out that dragon, I didn't put it on the list, but I do like Dragon Air, which is like pre-Dragonite. A little more than Dragonite, just because I remember reading his little Pokedex thing where he's supposed to be able to control the weather.
Ooh.
That would be cool.
Yeah, kind of like Storm from X-Men.
And lastly, but not least, Mewtwo.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, Mewtwo is just really cool.
He's my favorite fighter in
Like Smash Brothers.
Smash.
Yeah.
Since Melee. Always has been. I don't know why. I guess because that first movie really helped push it, but he was just like this badass. I mean, nothing could touch him, well, for the most part.
Well, he was also very much... He was like a actual well-rounded character. He wasn't just like some anonymous creature that just mindlessly does what you tell it to. He had a mind of his own.
Right,
Yeah.
he's very intelligent.
In fact, that's
Yes.
why the story even began. He had a mind of his own.
Right. Like, he was actually interesting as a character.
Yeah.
You know, like to the point that they wanted to clone him and do all these experiments and all this weird stuff.
And it's rare that you have one that actually talks.
Yeah, usually. I mean, for those of you who don't know, Pokemon just usually say their name.
Which is, I guess, them actually talking in their language.
Right.
But that's all we can understand.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, there are a few select ones that don't. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about Detective Pikachu at some point. Meowth and the anime.
Yeah, he's like...
At least that Meowth.
Yeah.
Right.
That
Apparently
one is-
not all of them do it.
Yeah, the only one that really talks is Meowth in the anime.
And I guess technically Mewtwo doesn't talk because he uses telepathy,
Right.
however you want to look
Well,
at that.
yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, he's not
That's
verbally communicating
He's talking to you in your head.
like a ventriloquist.
Sure makes it easier to dub.
But, I mean,
Yeah, it does.
watching two of my favorite Pokemon who I think are super strong just, like, try to attack Mewtwo in the movie at the first time. And he's just, like, he just reaches his hand out and stops everything from even touching him. I'm like, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, you're pretty good, aren't you?
I mean, that's kind of the comics trope of whenever you introduce like a new villain. Well, how are we supposed to get everyone to really respect this new villain? Oh, well, have them kick the crap out of the hero in ways that regular villains can't. I mean, look at the first time they introduced Bane. He broke Batman's back, and no one
Yep.
could do that. So that's kind of the thing where it's like, you're going to introduce, how can you really make this character really, really bad? Well, take the strongest characters that you've liked, and they can't touch him.
Yeah. Hello, Doomsday.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was that was good. So, Clefairy,
Clefairy?
sure, was supposed to be the face of the Pokemon franchise in the comic book,
That's interesting.
but the decision was, I think, wisely made to feature Pikachu for the TV series and beyond. I mean, Pikachu is cute.
Yeah.
Has a cute little voice. Pika, Pika, you know, all the little stuff. It's
He's
like this.
almost, even though I know he's like a rat, but he
Right.
looks almost cat-like.
I know. It's
Like
he's just a plump little.
a pudgy little smiley.
Speaking of pudgy, there are a lot of like old character models, and I do mean old, because Pikachu was kind of really chubby in
Yeah.
a lot of the old drawings. Mewtwo was very almost
Slender.
alien,
Yeah.
and
Got some hips.
well, now he does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Back then he was very like alien, and you really couldn't tell his size as well.
Yeah. Now.
Whereas like now he's a little taller, or at least it appears that way. Yeah, it was interesting how they sort of morphed a lot of that. Like it started one way, and they really evolved that drawing style of certain types. Especially Pikachu, he just got skinnier as it went.
Right. Slimmed him down, son. Let's see. Slowbro, which is such. I mean, there's a lot of odd names across this franchise.
Only odd if you don't know what they are, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, some of them, especially it seems the older ones, like you hear the name and it's
You already see
you
the
can kind of
Pokemon.
figure out what it is.
Yeah, you get an idea just
Yeah.
based on the name.
But it's, a lot of the newer ones, it's you hear. I have
know what that
no
is.
idea what that would be.
Yeah, so he can devolve. It's supposedly the only Pokemon that can devolve. Now, obviously, the key to Pokemon is to evolve and to, move on to your next form. But this one can devolve if it loses Shelter from its tail, which Shelter looks like it's a shell that's clamped onto his tail. Which
Looks like
And
a
then
weird
it sort
clam.
of like
Yeah.
transforms itself into like some kind of spiny looking shell thing that he.
yeah, it's
So Slowpoke to Slowbro.
mm-hmm.
But I don't understand. I never understood why the Shelter piece transforms, but he also doesn't evolve. It becomes part of the other. That's a weird one.
Yeah.
Because then a Shelter can evolve on his own.
Yeah, into Cloyster.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's a thing.
it's a thing.
Jigglypuff is the only character to keep the same voice in the previously mentioned Smash Brothers games.
Oh.
Kind of would have thought that. I mean, the only other one that I can think of that was in the main three games is Pikachu and Jigglypuff. Now you see other ones in there as non-playable characters. Because you play as Pokemon Trainer. They don't call him Ash. They call him Pokemon Trainer, even though it looks like Ash.
And you can throw the Pokeball and a whole
Something
plethora of them will pop out at some point.
Yeah, which I'll admit, playing on a Smash Brothers game and getting to use Charizard, that's pretty cool.
I'm a fan.
I will say that first one, one of the funniest things that always happened whenever we would sit around, and there were like 3 or 4 games that we would just sit and just play all night long, and that was one of them. And I think Jigglypuff was one of those you had to unlock. It wasn't one that just came with it.
Launch.
Jigglypuff,
Initial.
Luigi, Captain Falcon,
And Ness.
Yes.
And I think Ness was the hardest one to unlock too. But so you sit there and you're playing and you throw the Pokeball and it's like, yeah, because you knew whatever they had, they were always awesome and pretty much going to destroy whoever, unless Goldeen popped out. And everyone would just crack up every time. Like, oh, great, a wasted one.
Yep.
So it's just like you throw it at the person because there's a chance that it's not going to be anything. At least get something out of it.
Right. Yeah, it is nice how Nintendo incorporated Pokemon universe into Smash Brothers. I mean, now there's Lucario and there's a few other ones.
Oh yeah,
in there now. Yeah, you got
the Ninja Toad. What's his name? Greninja.
Oh yeah.
I started to like him a little bit, and then there's the Fire Cat, the fighting Fire Cat. I don't remember his name. He's in the Ultimate Smash. Sorry, I'm bad at anything beyond the 3rd gen. My naming convention just
rough. Yeah,
flush it down the toilet.
Well, honestly, I haven't played enough of the Ultimate to. I don't even know if I've unlocked them all yet.
Something Roar. It doesn't matter.
You've unlocked them all, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Except for the DLC stuff, which, I mean, DLC.
Yeah.
I will say, if I haven't, I'm close. But I don't remember.
So do either of you like using some of those Pokemon in the games? I mean, I think you, there for a while, you were using...
And Mewtwo's my main.
You used Lucario a lot, didn't you?
I had to use Lucario, and it was the Wii version. It might have been Super Smash Wii. Just
Brawl.
Brawl. Yeah, that's what it is. Because they didn't have a Mewtwo for some weird reason. Yeah. Went from Melee to having Mewtwo to not having Mewtwo. And then I'm like, well, I guess I'll try this other guy. He's fine. Not as good as Mewtwo, in my opinion, but...
It's still fun.
Yeah. But my cousin, very good with Jigglypuff. Dangerously good.
Yeah.
And it's weird. There's this little pink fluff thing
I know.
bouncing around, kicking everyone's ass.
Yeah, it's like using Kirby. It's just
Yeah,
it doesn't
in a lot of
seem
ways.
right.
I never understood why they kept putting Jigglypuff in.
I didn't
Because
either.
no one I knew
Japan.
was ever good with them. But then I'd see these videos of people who are insanely good with Jigglypuff.
Japan loves
Oh,
Jigglypuff.
I know.
Yeah.
Japan's version of Pikachu is Jigglypuff, as far as I know.
Right.
They prefer Jigglypuff over Pikachu.
Yeah. I mean, you just look at Pikachu and he's yellow, he's chubby. It's kind of like Winnie the Pooh. Which I think that's why they figured kids would resonate more with Pikachu. Yeah. I don't know. I think Rhydon would have been decent. I mean, he's a decent looking character. But now you're not going to get the little kids into it unless you got something a little cutesy. And parents going to go, ooh, look at that cute little yellow creature.
That'll be great for Timmy.
Azurill. I'm probably butchering some of these names. It's the only Pokemon that can actually change gender during evolution. Oh. Yeah, that was an interesting little fun fact to find out about. I was like,
That must be further along than what I...
yeah.
So does it have frog DNA from Jurassic Park?
Good question. A female can potentially change into a male. There's like a 1/3 chance if it has some kind of, I forget which, if it's high on one specific ability, then there's that 1 in 3 chance it can go from female to male.
That must have been confusing.
Yeah.
What happened? I named you whatever.
Well, think of Mr. Mime, which to me, Mr. Mime, I enjoy seeing Mr. Mime because of Detective Pikachu. That one scene is just great.
Yeah.
Just perfect. Mr. Mime is apparently just as common to be a female as a male. Hello, why are you Mr. Mime? Why wouldn't it be Mrs. Mime?
Because it chooses what it wants to be.
Okay.
I don't think I ever thought about
I
that.
never
either.
gave it any thought either.
No. Which I didn't even know that this obviously was a thing. It's like, oh, Mr. Mime can either be male or female.
I'm pretty sure in Pokemon Go that was a European release creature. Like, I know it wasn't released in the U.S.
Yeah,
so
it was.
You would have to trade for it. And I've seen them in, like, gyms and things. And yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you
I'll
guys
never
have
get
played Pokemon Go quite a bit. Brad, you probably more so than Justin.
Ooh, I don't know. I dropped off pretty quick again.
I say I've been on pretty much every day. I just don't seriously go out of my way, but I mean, I'll at least make sure that I catch one and spin a stop every day.
Okay.
Yeah, I fell off again.
But
I've noticed
when you get back in, though, you get in pretty heavy, though.
That usually happens with me in games.
Yeah.
I'll stop playing something for a little bit, but then when I jump back on, look out, full in.
Nope, I'm in this game. I'm not playing anything else. Yeah. As mentioned before, Meowth is the first to talk in the anime series. That was kind of interesting, which he's kind of a part of Team Rocket. Mm-hmm. What was it, Jesse and James?
Mm-hmm. I just assumed, just from that show, that Meowth could talk. And then they came across other ones, and I'm like, oh, so that's not a normal thing.
Right.
Okay.
Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan.
Sounds like fighting people.
Yeah. They are named after Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, respectively.
That's pretty cool.
They like to hit a lot of mons. I get it.
And one interesting aspect was that reportedly Nintendo was not even aware that Mew was programmed into red and green. Also red and blue.
Yeah, I vaguely remember there being a lot of trading events for her, or whatever you want to call it. And I had traded somebody on my bus at one point so I could get all 151 on the original game.
Mm-hmm.
But then I find out later, it's like, oh, actually, you can catch it in the game if you do these specific steps. And lo and behold, you can still do those steps today if you have a 3DS and you buy the original red or blue.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I did not
So
either.
they left it in there.
That's kind of cool.
So I did it again. I did it for the first time. And I carried him with me most of the adventure. Because you get him like right after the second badge.
Oh, so fairly early in the game.
Pretty early, yeah.
Do you remember who you may have traded for him back when you were younger?
Oh, I think his name was Gary, actually. Ironically. But, yeah, some kid on my bus. And also, this was at the time of you could kind of cheat the system, and when you pull the cord, you both get the Pokemon that was being traded.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So he could keep it, but I get a copy of what he had. Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, cheating the system as young as how old?
Whenever Red and Blue came out, 98, 10.
Okay.
I remember, I mean, this is one of those things, like, I didn't play it back then, but even I heard, like, there was always that conspiracy theory about the truck. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, it's somewhere around the truck. And yeah, that's, no.
It's
not a
funny you
thing.
say that, because I was thinking that as I was telling the story. And yeah, I was always like, it was like next to the third gym, there's this weird truck. You were supposed to use strength and move the truck, and the Pokeball's under the truck, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's garbage. Don't do that.
Yep.
It's after or even right before the second gym, and you can get it at a pretty low level. I want to say the level might be based off of, there's a certain Pokemon you have to carry with you. That you can look up the instructions. They're all over the internet. There's a certain Pokemon you have to carry. I think the Pokemon you carry is the level it becomes. So I got it as low as possible. And it became that. And then I just trained it a little bit and then go, whoop Misty's butt in the gym. But, yeah. And the great thing about Mew is he can learn any move.
That I did know, yeah. That's helpful.
Yeah.
I know just from researching this, in later generations, there are some rare ones that can do that. But it's nice to have one pretty early on that'll do that.
Yeah. Although, what I noticed, it's a 20-something-year-old game.
Mm-hmm. 21 in the States.
Yeah.
It's legal to drink.
Hey.
Yeah.
There's a lot of quality of life stuff that never happened with that first game. Mm-hmm. That when you go and play the Switch version, or Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, or whatever it's called, they really fixed a lot of things that made the game a little easier in some aspects, but really enjoyable, actually.
Because I know because I looked into it last year when it came out, and the way that I read into it was they basically remade Yellow, but they incorporated Pokemon Go elements into it.
Yeah.
But I've heard that there's quite a few people that actually prefer it.
In a lot of
if
ways.
They go back and revisit it, and then they get past their nostalgia goggles.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, actually, I kind of like this.
Yeah, and I got past those nostalgia goggles because I was playing Red, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can't do this, or this, because those things don't exist in this game. Mm-hmm. Like, this was before they started really thinking about whatever, whether it's move types or things you can buy or things to boost your Pokemon, blah, 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 blah. I really, really enjoyed the game when it first came out. It was a phenomenon. It was just incredible how many kids my age were playing it. And then I look back, I'm like, oh, all those kids grew up and stopped playing it, and here I am still playing Pokemon.
So explain the game and just kind of how...
I mean, it's
like you start...
baby's first RPG. Let's put it that way. You start out in a small town. You get your first Pokemon. They kind of teach you the ropes of battling.
Should we say you pick your...
That's true.
Yeah, you get your choice.
Unless it's the yellow version.
You're right.
Right, which has Pikachu on the cover.
Mm-hmm. So yellow version, you get Pikachu. Red and blue, green, whatever. It's Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle. Those are your choices. Fire, grass, water. And usually a lot of people would pick based on what they evolved into. Mm-hmm. Although lately it seems like they pick based on just the first impressions. Oh.
Well, I know that also supposedly in that first one, if you pick Charmander, if I remember correctly, you were kind of at a disadvantage.
It's basically hard mode. It kind of stinks, but also Charizard. So I don't care.
It's going to be awesome in the end, but you kind of screwed yourself over for a little while.
Yeah. Most of the game. Till you get to like Gym 4. So yeah, that's a real thing. That's
I wonder if that originally was their plan. Like that was going to be like your easy, medium, hard.
Yeah, because
that was just their way of doing it. I've never read that anywhere, but I just wonder
a difficulty level on these games. It's just standard.
It's just the game. Yeah.
Yeah, Bulbasaur's kind of easy mode because the first 3 gyms you're pretty. The first 2 you're strong against. The third one it doesn't really do a lot of damage to you. And by the time you get to the 4th one, I mean, you have a bunch of different types. So.
And how many gyms are on these games?
Typically 8.
Okay.
What's cool is Gold and Silver, if we want to go ahead and jump into that, which came out when?
That is Gen 2.
Yeah, 2000.
So that might be one of the single coolest follow-ups to what was some of the coolest games at the time. I mean, it was some of the coolest sequels ever because you had your first 8 gems, you beat the Elite Four, then you get to go back and revisit all of Gen 1 area with some of the newer Pokemon sort of sprinkled throughout, but you get to go fight all of those 8 gyms. So, but it's like a game plus mode almost, but in a different area.
Kind of like a game within a game.
Yeah, it was incredible. And they had a day-night system. I mean, they put a lot of thought in that second game, and you could carry your Pokemon over from the first games. So, big O, strong Mewtwo. Oh, here we go.
And those were on Game Boy Color, correct?
First one, I would say original Game Boy. Second one, Game Boy Color. They're both essentially the same cartridge.
Right, yeah.
It's once you got into third gen, which was Game Boy Advanced, Ruby and Sapphire,
2003.
Emerald.
Yep. And then Emerald's 2005.
Oh, I guess I should mention Crystal falls in line with Gold and Silver.
Yeah, 2001.
And then after that, it's like Diamond and Pearl, and that's where I fell off. I never played those games. I just barely touched on Black and White. But then after that, I fell off pretty hard.
And typically they'll release 2 colors with basically the identical game. They're just some of the creatures are slightly different and the legendaries are different.
Yeah, there's a few.
But then like a year or
variations.
2 later, they'll release a third one, not always, but usually, which kind of takes elements from both. And in some cases fixes some things, changes a few things, but it's mostly the same.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a 2.0 kind of version of it, I guess.
I'd call it more of a 1.5.
Yeah, I guess 1.5s, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's kind of been the formula.
Yeah.
So I would imagine Sword, Shield, and then
Within a year or 2, we'll probably have...
chainmail.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have some combo.
Helmet.
Is that like a He-Man helmet? Like,
Yeah, So then you could have the power.
oh,
Wouldn't
a
that be-
little Game Boy reference there.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're playing with power.
Yeah, could
Oh,
you
that's a
see-
perfect crossover because I have the power and playing with power.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's interesting. You look at it the way that the gens are broke down. Gen 1, red and green, launched in February 96 in Japan only. Then there's blue in October 96, Japan only. Then you get into the U.S. releases, red and blue, 98, yellow, which is inspired by the anime, which these are all released on the original Game Boy.
I remember going to Walmart with my $30 in hand because it was $29.99. $30 plus tax. Grabbing that game and walking out like one of the happiest kids ever.
Like, woohoo!
It's like I was never that excited for a game up to that point. So walking out with this brand new game that I know I'm going to spend hours and hours playing on the go on the way to school.
Yeah. Do you remember what it was about the game that interested you? Because this is before this is right after the cartoon. The cartoon's out in 97, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was it was just a perfect storm. I mean, it had all these cool little creatures. I mean, I was into dinosaurs, so it wasn't a far stretch for me to kind of be into a lot of the creatures that Pokemon was. I mean, everybody was getting into the card games, the show. I mean, it was kind of that. I was right in the middle of it. Hard not to be kind of interested, especially moving to a new city and not having a whole bunch of friends, but then finding a common interest finally. And then all of a sudden, look at all these friends I have.
Yeah, and that we all have something in common.
Yeah.
You like Pokemon? Me too. All right.
The other
I
thing
mean, it's
that
like
was-
Fortnite today, right? As much as we hate to say it, you see all the kids, Fortnite! And it's like,
Yeah.
yes, Fortnite, yeah.
Yeah. It's
It
still
must have been
a thing.
how our parents felt when Pokemon was a thing. I don't know.
Could very well be, yeah. Or just Nintendo in general. Just hearing the word Nintendo.
The other thing that was kind of cool about these, and it wasn't just the Game Boy ones, like whenever you got like the spin-offs on the N64, they did this too.
Pokemon
The
Stadium.
colored cartridges.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty cool because I mean we're talking at a time when they were pretty much all gray.
Everything.
The NES
Nintendo
were
was
gray unless we were Zelda, then they were like gold.
Yeah. Or you
But-
got a Tengen game.
Yeah,
Which is in its
yeah.
own proprietary
It was
black
this
cartridge.
weird black shape. But it was, I mean, for the most part, I mean, it was just gray cartridges. But then you had these that were the color of whatever game it was.
They really stood out.
Yep.
In
Yeah.
fact,
They still
today.
do. You go to GameStop and you see them sitting there, and it's like, oh, I know exactly what that is.
my original Game Boy was the same exact color as the red version. Part of the reason why I picked it.
Oh, it's right. You had the red Game Boy.
So that being said, it was like, well, I have to get the red one. That's cool.
Just
It
blend it
matched-
right in.
Yeah, blends right in.
Plus, it's got a cool looking creature on the front.
Yeah.
And I think, if I remember correctly, so there was the yellow version that was the yellow cartridge, but then there was the special edition, the special Pikachu edition
Game Boy
that was
Color.
on Game Boy Color. So there were technically two versions of yellow.
Yeah.
Boy, that Game Boy Color, that was a game changer when that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much smaller.
Yeah. It
Took
was a
less
Game Boy
batteries.
Pocket, essentially, in color.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger than the Game Boy Pocket.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But comparatively, might as
Yeah.
well have been.
Now, for those of you who don't know what, backlit screens, not having a backlit screen.
Oh, boy.
Those were the days, my friends. You had to have good lighting. If we were playing in the car at night, you had to have one of those goofy little flip around magnifying glasses with a little light on it.
Yep.
Oh,
Those took batteries. I can't tell you how many batteries we went through.
I had a
as
thing
kids.
that attaches in the side. I still have it
Little
somewhere.
worm light.
It's like a little worm light that attaches into the side of it and runs off of the battery power inside.
Yeah.
And that thing was a good idea, but terrible, because then you got the glare because the light is right there.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if you angle it away and it. No.
That's what's cool about today. Here we are 30 plus years later. 30 years later of the original Game Boy. There's all these different little mod kits where you can add backlights to your original Game Boys so that it looks in the way that it'd have been cool if Nintendo would have just done that in the first place. But it's a big drain on batteries, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure the pull was trying to get as much battery life out of those as possible, especially if you're only using the AA's.
Yeah. It
And then
takes four.
was it two AA's for color versus the four?
Yep.
Okay, I can.
Yeah, the Pocket and the Color only had two.
Yeah, and they were horizontal, not
not the vertical. Yeah.
The original Game Boy, the 4 vertical, Pocket, and I think Color, like you said, were 2
Then
horizontal.
Advanced only used 2 AA's, I believe.
I think so.
And what was neat was they went from regular Advanced to Advanced SP, and the SP is where they got into the backlight screens.
Yes.
That was a game changer.
Yeah, that just...
That was the next game changer.
It folded up like a Razr phone.
Yep.
So it was like this little clamshell device, but it was also a backlight. Oh my god!
It was very slim, too.
Yeah, not bad.
After the Color, I kind of ducked out of the handhelds for a long time.
Metroid and Pokemon kept me for a little while.
Till 3DS. That's when I came back in, but that's because they started re-releasing
Some good
Legend of Zelda.
games. Yeah.
When I saw Ocarina of Time sitting on the shelf, and I went, I'm getting a 3DS so I can play this again.
Mind
Just so I can
if
play
I do?
this. Yeah.
I think what pulled me back in, they had a Pokemon Day not too far back, sometime in, I want to say February or
Isn't it something
January?
that Niantic does with Pokemon Go all the time?
Could be. But they had a Pokemon Day. They re-released the first 3 movies on Blu-ray. So I went and got those. They also released these cool, it was like the new 3DSs with like Charizard and Blastoise, and then you got the original game with it. Kind of really wanted to get those, but at the time it wasn't really a great idea because I had a working one already.
Yeah.
So I just bought the game digitally anyway.
Yeah. That's the dangerous aspect, especially with the 3DSs. There's so many cool editions available. It's like I'd love to have the NES version, the Super NES version.
God help me if they do a Metroid Prime 4 for
Yeah, 'cause I mean,
Switch.
Because didn't you get the Metroid version that they came out with?
I got the special edition one for
That launched
3DS.
With
It was like they had like a soundtrack with it, a pin maybe. I don't remember what all came in it.
yeah.
Finally beat that, but it was a remake of the second game, which I never thought
Correct.
was going to happen because that was original Game Boy. Sorry, we're going off in the weeds.
That happens from time to time because
I mean, Nintendo's synonymous with Pokemon, so it's kind of hard not to venture in the weeds here.
and it makes you wonder though if the Game Boy platform would have been as popular without Pokemon.
Ooh, I feel like Pokemon's single-hand. Well, so look at it this way: Tetris is probably the most sellingest game ever.
But it's
right?
because it was packed in,
Sure,
just like
But
Mario
still.
Brothers on NES.
that's a lot of games.
But I will say,
Yeah.
there's a lot of you had a lot of middle-aged and adult people getting
That
Game
would-
Boys just for Tetris.
Right, yeah. It's
now,
fun.
Pokemon, I think, popularized RPGs a little more in America, if they weren't so already.
Yeah, I mean, you had the Final Fantasies. And
Well, and you also got to figure Pokemon came late in the Game Boy's life cycle
Very
too.
late.
True.
I mean, that had been out for a good 9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at US, it was out 9 years.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if it. I would say it definitely injected its
Life into it.
Yeah, like it gave it
Yeah,
a second
yeah.
life, maybe.
Yeah.
now that you think about it, but-
remember getting that Game Boy for Christmas, Metroid 2 Return of Samus, and then that following year, I'm pretty sure Pokemon came out, and I got that. I mean, that came with me more than Metroid did because I got stuck and I wasn't great at that game. And you can get lost very easily.
Right, and that was back in the days of, well, the internet was a thing, but you being 10, you're probably not getting a whole lot of internet access.
Yeah, that second game's rough. Now, I did go back and finally beat the original game, and then I beat the re-release. But yeah, I really do think Pokemon helped popularize the handheld.
Yeah, maybe not necessarily just the Game Boy itself, but definitely Game Boy Color and beyond.
Oh yeah,
That
because
was the
there
platform.
was no going back.
The games
I mean,
to have.
it's
In fact, I'm pretty sure Sword and Shield has outsold every Switch game on like release timetable, which is kind of impressive.
Yeah,
Considering all the hate that it was kind of getting initially.
yeah, because of it not having all the characters.
Right. I
Something-
mean, you do Super Smash with everything in it. Then you turn around and do a new game, but they're just going to have the new characters.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
understand that when you've got more room for all the stuff.
Yeah. Wanted to be its own thing, I guess.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah. Not sure you can call developers lazy. You could call them clueless. Like, what were you not? What were you? You just weren't thinking.
Oh, what was the thinking behind this?
see, they definitely. I mean, they definitely have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
It just may not always be.
What you wanted them to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's usually fine.
Yeah.
But sometimes, throw us a bone.
Yeah.
yeah. So Gen 2, as mentioned, Gold and Silver came out 2000. Crystal was 2001. Those are Game Boy Color. And then those were remade as Heart Gold and Soul Silver for the Nintendo DS in 2010.
I did rebuy those.
Heart Gold and Soul Silver? Or
Specifically Heart Gold. I bought Silver first time around, but I got Heart Gold because it was closer to Soul Silver. Not sure why they did it that way. But it also came with a little pedometer that you could like push your Pokemon to. And you could walk around with him and get experience. Sound
Oh.
familiar?
My, that sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you could transfer it back and you'd get all this experience.
Huh. Well,
Yeah. Pretty cool.
So, yeah, that was a nice little revisit, I'll say.
so apparently that idea had been kicking around for years.
Yeah. And what year was 2010?
2010, yeah. So
Now,
like 10 years
also,
different.
Fun fact, those particular games, I'm not sure if it's due to the pedometer or the games or both, or they made limited run or something. If you go try to trade those in at GameStop today, you will probably get about $50 or more
As trade-in value?
Yes.
Okay.
for one single game. And as soon as I learned of that, I was like, ooh, I'm not going to make that mistake. Not this time. No, I'm going to hold on to that. I don't have a DS now, but I'm going to hold on to that.
I did look up GameStop prices for Pokemon games today, just to have an idea. And I mean, they seem to hold their value.
Yeah.
Even the ones that aren't as popular
Yeah.
seem to hold their value.
It's the Jeep Wrangler of the video game world.
Yeah. I will say, from what I could tell, it seems that those are like the gold silver is kind of like the Empire Strikes Back of the series.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because it's like there's a lot of people that I've discovered who actually like them more than the original ones,
Yeah.
and basically say that the franchise hasn't been able to top those.
You know what? That's
So
I would probably agree with that. If you look at it as an overall game, because you can bring any of your Gen 1 Pokemon with you, essentially, once you get to a certain point in the game. Yeah, that's the Empire Strikes Back of Pokemon.
It's like taking what's already been done, taking a little further, but then, like you said, at the end, where you basically have your
Surprise.
end game
Yeah.
is basically 50% more game.
Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
No!
That's pretty good. That's 2 episodes in a row that he's done a really nice little
Yeah.
Star Wars voice.
Houdini!
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
So you guys say gold and silver is kind of the pinnacle, top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Now, again, maybe they're kind of nostalgia goggles, but
And I will say everyone has their favorites,
yeah.
but it seems the majority
If you
lean
grew
that
up with
direction.
them,
Right.
if you grew
Yeah.
up with them, I'd say gold and silver were kind of the pinnacle.
Okay.
It's I don't know if these really fall in that, but I know a lot of games, like if you play a newer one and you really like it and then you want to go back to revisit older ones,
It's
sometimes it's hard.
Yeah, things don't age as well. You're like,
Yeah, or if they change mechanics or they add, because I know in here, like, okay, like you'll add day versus night, you'll add in the giant ones, and you'll add in the weather boosts,
seasons.
and it's a totally different animal going backwards.
yeah, mentioning the value of especially the older carts. You have to really be aware if you're looking to buy these that you're not buying repros,
Very true.
because the reproduction on these is pretty high, especially for yellow, red, blue, green. Pretty high. I don't know about like the next ones down with like the gold and silver. I don't really know like what if they did a lot of repros on that stuff. Or
Well,
like,
if I do still have those floating around somewhere, they are original because I got them from the store.
yep. You got the memories to prove it.
Yep. That doesn't mean anything to anyone else.
You can't buy that.
Nope. Can't buy my memories.
Not yet.
No.
Give it time.
It could be. Yeah, just to extract our consciousness and upload it to a server somewhere.
I still think that's impossible, but I guess time will tell.
Well, I was reading this article. This is definitely a tangent, but I found this fascinating. I read this article not too long ago, and it was talking about the world's fastest computer right now can replicate a brain for, I think it said, less than 4 seconds. Like, that's as much computing power that we have right now. On one hand, it's frightening it can do that much. On the other hand, that shows how far we have yet to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have just begun.
Yeah.
Hell, our cars don't even drive themselves. Not quite.
Right.
Getting there.
At least not ours.
Oh, really not ours. We got those dumb cars.
Yeah.
There's times when I'm coming home late at night that I think it does, but it really doesn't.
Why does this thing want to keep veering off towards the shoulder?
Somehow I made it home. I don't know how.
Right.
There were some lights following me the whole way, but I made it.
Yeah. Look at the pretty red and blue. So Gen 3 brings about Ruby and Sapphire. That's 2003.
Speaking of red and blue.
Yeah. So then you've got Emerald in 2005. So sticking again with the reds, blues, greens. These are released on the Game Boy Advanced. Game Boy Advance, not Advanced. These were remade as Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire for the 3DS in 2014.
I never picked that up, probably because this was the point that I started to pick up the game,
Sort of veer
played
off
it
a
a
little
little bit, but I wasn't as into it. And I don't know if that was age, if it was the game itself, if I was starting to get tired of, it's the same thing, but a little different, kind of like Assassin's Creed was.
There's a shot I didn't see coming.
Well, to be fair, a lot of the newer games are great. But anyway, continue.
That is true. Which I guess that's just kind of like their trend. You know, they release the originals, and then 10 to 11 years later, they release like super versions on the next gen hardware.
I'm super okay with this.
Yeah.
And I know it seems like whenever they remake them, I mean, yeah, obviously they'll update the graphics and all this, but sometimes they'll change some of the mechanics to fit in with whatever that current gen is.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you really like that generation, I mean, that's really helpful.
So let's go Pikachu and Eevee or whatever.
Fits in with Pokemon Go.
Well, if you put any Pokemon in like the first slot, that Pokemon follows you around in the overworld. Mm-hmm. So you run around with Mewtwo following me everywhere.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's the whole reason you got it.
Yeah. Witness my power.
Yeah, so the Nintendo DS, that generation had 2 gens, technically. Generation 4, Diamond and Pearl in 2007. Then they released Platinum in 2009. Then in 2011, what they consider Gen 5. You have Black and White. A year later, they have Black 2 and White 2.
Yeah, that was weird.
Sounds like it.
They kind of did.
Yeah.
It was like, here's Black and White, but here's Black and White 2. What?
Yeah, that's
It
definitely.
would have been like
first.
red and blue version, red version 2, and blue version 2.
Yeah, and a year later, that just...
Is it supposed to be an expansion? Is it what? I don't know.
Did they make some mistakes?
Oh.
Yeah. As somebody that's never owned a DS, I don't have any experience with these.
Again, limited play on anything past here.
Gen 6, you have Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. That's 2013.
I started to get curious, but I never did buy them.
So these are released on the 3DS.
Yeah, wasn't that the one where they started to do the like mega versions? Maybe. So we'll just go with it.
If it isn't, it's around there.
Yeah, which turns out Gyarados has a mega version that they put in the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and he's like the coolest freaking thing ever. He turns into even more badass than what he is, if you can believe it.
They have one in Sword and Shield, I saw.
Yeah.
Because they have those max raid battles where you can have like up to 4 people. And I saw a video of them fighting one, and I thought, I don't know, I might fall into this trap because that looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you move on to Generation 7 with Sun and Moon 2016.
That's right. We were going to get those. But
We were,
never
yeah.
did.
Well, I got the Sun, and I don't know why, it just never clicked with me. I don't know what it was about it, so I moved on from it. But this is the second time that they've done the 2, because they did Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
A year later.
And from what I understand, they fixed some things between the 2.
Weird.
Because I think there were some complaints over some things. I don't know what, but apparently whatever it was, they fixed. And apparently the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon people liked more. But I don't know.
It's what the French call a
certain I don't know what. Yeah, I love that one.
And then we get to current Gen 8, Sword and Shield 2019.
Here we are.
Which
Here we
has,
are.
from what I understand, a bit of an overworld. Which is kind of exciting.
All I've seen is This is like the most terrifying game you've ever played because you'll be walking in the overworld and this Pokemon will see you and then it just starts running at you
Yes.
at full speed.
Some of them.
Some of them.
Yes.
And you're just like, nope. And you just start running the other way.
Like, that's part of the reason I want to see the giant Gyarados and see that whole thing. But yeah, I want to be walking around and see this creepy looking dude that's about as tall as you are look at you and go, ooh, and then just start running at you.
Which reminds me of, what was that, Cubone in Detective Pikachu at the beginning of the movie where he throws the Pokeball at him and he busts out and he comes chasing after the character.
Yep.
And just like beats him up. Like, that's kind of funny. So then you get into the ones that were released on Nintendo 64. These are not... I look at these...
Mainline.
Yeah.
And really, to be fair, I didn't know. There's a heck of a lot of non-mainline games.
Yeah.
Like, a whole bunch of them on just about every system, too.
It's like Star Wars mainline and then like Disney Plus Star Wars. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah.
But then multiply it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it seems every system has like 3 or 4 or 5 of them. Because I know there was a bunch on DS and
There's like
I think Game Boy Advance, too.
a weird like, well, there's the pinball, which makes sense.
Yeah,
There's was the trading card game.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They digitized
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, then you got, you would think Nintendo 64, cool. We're going to get a Game Boy style game on Nintendo 64. Nope.
No,
No.
not really.
You're going to get Pokemon Snap.
Which, if you remember, back in the day, I think it was Blockbuster,
Yep.
you could bring in
Your cartridge.
cartridge
and print them out.
and print them out.
Yeah, print out your pictures.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was a special edition Nintendo 64 that was blue and had a big old, like 3D kind of printed Pikachu on the cover or on the top of it. Mm-hmm. So a Pokemon themed console.
Yep.
They were starting to get into
Hey
that.
You Pikachu with the microphone on the
Oh,
64.
yeah.
And you had to like talk to him.
You told him what to do.
Yeah, you gave him commands.
I don't know how well that actually worked.
I don't think very, but
To be
I don't
fair,
know.
most of the peripherals that Nintendo has had over the years just usually don't work that well.
Well, when you're including a microphone, it always brings me back to the Dreamcast with that Seaman game.
Why did they call it that?
Yeah. that's
One
why
must
I-
be careful on your pronunciation.
Right. That's why
Yes.
I enunciated. Seaman game. Yeah.
Don't say that 3 times fast.
Nope. No.
Some strange man will pop up and
You don't want to know.
Somebody like old Greg will pop up and you rang.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Yeah, yeah. Which, by the way, Beetlejuice was our previous episode. Go back and listen to that. Then you have Pokemon Stadium, 1 and
One
then
and two.
2. Yeah.
Which,
Released-
honestly, I didn't know there was a 2.
Oh,
I do
Yeah.
remember there was a second one. It's just kids
what
had
was
one.
cool is they had that little attachment that's slapped into the bottom of your
Controller.
64, and you
And
put
stuck
your
your
cartridge
gamepad
in there.
in there, yeah.
And then you just bring your Pokemon over and kick butt. Well, you hoped you were going to kick butt,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they would always scale to your highest level. So here I thought I was all, ooh, I'm level 100 everything because I did a little rare candy cheat. And then they whooped my butt, and I'm like, oh, time to maybe retrain some things. Yeah.
I feel humble.
Yeah.
Oh, slap down. As mentioned, they've been in the Super Smash Brothers series, which is now like 20 years, 99 to 2018.
Yeah.
Starting
I mean,
on
I just remember that being in like a Nintendo Power, and they're like, hey, they're making this fighting game, and you get to control Pikachu however you want. And it's like, wait, what? That's
Yeah.
possible? For a Pokemon game?
yeah,
It's everything I want.
I know. Yeah, just getting a chance to play as Pikachu. It's so fun to spam the lightning coming down, or just keep shocking them. It's it can get frustrating for
Fun
people.
fact, that same cousin, who I guess that's where my godchildren are with, he also mains Pikachu and is quite good with him. So,
Okay.
Go figure.
yeah, I know, right?
The 2 that have been in the series the longest.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
Then you've got Pokken Tournament, which I have because I bought it. It came, because I bought my Wii U used, and it was just one of the games that the people had that was thrown in, and I haven't turned it on or anything. I look at it like the cover looks awesome. I don't know what I'm going to be doing.
I have it on the
Didn't
Switch.
we try it the one day?
Maybe. I've only tried it a handful of times.
Yeah.
I suck at it.
Yeah, it's a
There's a lot of stuff
very
going
different
on.
game.
Yeah.
It from what I was just researching this, they compared it to Tekken,
Oh no!
but I thought,
Nope, I'm good.
I haven't tried a Tekken since my brother-in-law's PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I haven't played
in,
a
like, the
Tekken
90s,
beyond
so
Tekken 3.
Here's
Can't
what you
tell
need
you.
to know about me and my gaming skills. When it comes to fighting games, I am not your guy. Unless it's a Super Smash Brothers line game.
Oh yeah, you
Anything
will whip
that's-
the floor with me on Smash.
Anything that has some weird button combination that I have to... Nope. Unless it's Primal Rage.
Supposedly,
That's the
this
only
one
caveat.
it's not as technical as like your Mortal Kombat's or Street
Tekkens
Fighter or any
anything.
of those,
Interesting.
but it has like this weird system that's in it that I just like. I'm gonna have to read up on this because it didn't come naturally at all. I couldn't beat hardly any of the easy things, and I'm doing something wrong here. So I plan on revisiting it now that I have a little more time. But it's a fighting game. It's not a turn-based thing, so
Yeah.
it's different.
Yeah, I mean, I've only got a handful of Wii U games at the moment. Mainly, I play a lot of Wii games on it. I just go back and play those since it plays those.
I still have my Wii, which I waited in line for it was like the week after Black Friday because they got a shipment in, and as you know, they were hard to get.
Very.
The only reason I still have that because it still plays my
GameCube
games.
Yep.
So
Plug the controllers in the top ports, and away
yes,
you go.
sir. Metroid Prime it up.
Yep.
That is one game that I definitely will revisit soon, I'm sure.
Didn't you also get the Prime Trilogy?
Yeah,
So-
and I don't care what anyone says. That is the way that game was meant to be played. I don't know why the aiming
Like
just
motion
feels,
controls?
Yeah, it feels so good on that game. Maybe because it didn't have like the kind of two traditional like sticks you're used to of first-person shooter.
True, yeah.
So it just, I don't know.
I mean, GameCube controller does have two sticks. It's just that little yellow
Yeah,
C stick or
that
whatever. It's just
C-
not the same.
Nah.
Oh, I hate that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the same. Great controller. It's not the same.
Agreed.
So as Justin said, Pokken Tournament also on Switch 2017. I guess it's just kind of what Nintendo's done with the majority of Wii U games. They just update it for...
I mean, it is basically just a port. It has more characters. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's only a couple that are different, but
I know
think there's
Mewtwo's
like
in
4
there.
or 5.
That's all that matters.
I think
Yeah.
he was in both versions.
Yeah.
But I don't know that. I think there was one on the 3DS also. I could be wrong because I think there was 3 versions of it. But there's one that they didn't have Blastoise in, which I thought was a little strange. Not that when I think of fast fighting action games, he comes to mind, but
Yeah, slow, clunky.
So can we just all say what everyone's thinking? Why don't they just do a Super Smash version that's only Pokemon?
I mean, I've wondered that for like a decade now.
Yeah. I feel like that's the superior version, and that's the one everybody wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, where that would be... I mean, imagine if they could do that and let you train their special moves.
Oh, interesting.
And then you use the same mechanics that they've introduced in Ultimate, where like the bigger, heavier ones are slower,
Right.
Like,
smaller
I mean, they
ones are
already do
lighter,
that.
faster.
Yeah, they already have that.
I mean,
kinda
they've got
AI
that
stuff with Donkey Kong and Bowser, and
right. And then
Compared to
take
Pikachu.
more damage if they're bigger versus
I mean,
little. And
Charizard's just Bowser, but he can fly, right?
pretty much, yeah. Yeah, he has the fire breathing thing. Do
I was
some-
thinking Blastoise was closer to Bowser.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
that
Yeah.
too. So moving on to the cartoon series, which I think to me is what I know most of, what I've at least seen and experienced more of.
I thought I had until I researched this.
Yeah, I'm not well versed in the series.
Well, the strange thing is, like, that's a deep series. Like, it goes on forever.
23.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they
23
just started.
seasons.
And I probably
One
only
in
made it to,
Japan.
like, season, we'll call it 5 or 6.
Yeah, I may have gotten
Ish.
into 2.
I watched a couple years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, they had the Indigo League. So season 1 on Netflix, but I don't think they had the whole thing. I think they only had like 50, 55 episodes
I want to say it stopped at, like, 70-something.
or something like that.
Because it stopped at, like, 70-something. The movie came out, and then they did the rest of the Indigo League. And then they went to the Orange Islands.
But I did watch like all of that in the last 2 years. Because I remember watching a little of it back in the late 90s here and there, but I didn't watch a whole lot.
So I watched it every morning before I went to school, but I'd always miss the last, we'll call it 5-7 minutes of that episode. So I only got this little window where I got to see part of the episode. So I was losing a lot of the resolution to most of what was going on.
How did it end? I don't know.
In fact, I remember turning it on for the first time, and it was already like, we'll call it 30, 40 episodes in. And it was right as Ash got to that haunted house with the ghosts.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the very first episode I saw.
I very clearly remember that because they're ghosts.
Yeah, he liked the ghost aspect.
For some reason that day I didn't have to get to school as early, so I almost saw the whole thing.
Wow.
And it hooked me that day. It was just like, that was it.
See, I'm telling you, it's the ghosts.
Yeah, I don't know why that specific one or anything. It was because initially, kid trying to grow up, this Pokemon thing comes out. Oh, that's for babies. Wait, that's kind of cool. You know?
I mean, I guess I was 14 whenever the cartoon came out, 13 or 14. So I was a little older, and I was just like, kitty, whatever.
Right.
But it would be on, and I'd catch little parts of it. I'd find myself kind of watching some parts, and I'm like, all right, I can see why people would, because you learn a little bit about a different one just about every episode, it seems.
Who's that Pokemon?
That's the best part was
Right, that little
the
like
bumpers
cutscene game. Yeah.
for the cartoon or the commercial. It's who's that Pokemon, and then it comes back and it's Horsey, and it's like you learn about them, and they probably haven't even looked at that one, and it's 50, 60, 70 episodes in.
Yeah.
That's the first mention of it, and it's like, oh, so that's another one. Maybe we'll see them eventually.
Yeah, more often than not, they try to match it up with things that were going to happen or things that were happening in the episode.
Tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they want you to remember all of them.
Oh, sure.
Because you've got to catch them all.
I still say my favorite episode, though, is where they introduce Charmander, where they run into him in the rain.
Yeah.
It's just so sad.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Trainer leaves him in the rain.
Just leaves
Hey,
him.
Stay right here. I'll be right back. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And he's staying there. He's staying there. He's waiting. He's waiting. He's waiting. And
You know what that reminds me of? The Futurama dog.
yeah.
Do you know about the Futurama dog? Where they're like, oh, I'll be right back. And like he never comes back, and you see at the the dog just sitting there waiting for him to come back, and then it shows him aging.
As he's sitting there
And
waiting.
he's still waiting for. I mean, it's the most depressing thing.
Abandonment.
This is why I hate people
yeah.
abandoning their pets and Pokemon.
Yeah. Now, the more that we think about it, the way that I got to see what episodes of Pokemon I did is because my kids at that time. So getting to watch some of those episodes in the 98s, the 99s, and stuff like that, they're a couple years old. Just watching, thinking, catch a little tune, nice little cartoon, something I can watch. Like you said, it was in the morning. It was not an after school thing.
At
Or
least not at first.
Yeah, I think they put it on after school.
Yeah, because I remember it in the afternoon.
Yeah, well, then they switched to afternoons, and then I finally got to see the whole. Because I'd come home, turn it on, watch the whole episode, and then it was homework time.
Yep. Then it was time to do whatever you needed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they added Batman Beyond was before that, and then I
Oh,
want to say
that was the one I
Yu-Gi-Oh
also
might have been
never
after
missed.
that.
If it was Batman,
But
I
then
had to
Saturday
watch.
morning cartoons, woo, Pokemon was dead center. That was the one to wake up to watch.
I heard some sad news recently that I think a Saturday morning within the last few weeks of us recording this was the first Saturday that a normal, regular, major broadcast network did not show a cartoon in the morning on a Saturday.
Wow.
It's dark times.
It is.
We are truly in the dark times.
I mean, this stuff would start at like 6 and 7 o'clock and would go till like 11 or 12.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you wanted to sleep in on Saturdays, but
Hell
cartoons.
no.
Right.
I gotta catch that Pokemon
I gotta catch
episode.
all the cartoons.
But then there's Jackie Chan, and then there's Batman Beyond, and then there's Yu-Gi-Oh, and there's some other weird character I don't know, Static Shock.
Or going back to earlier when we were younger and Transformers and Ghostbusters and
Right.
Yeah,
G.I.
Flintstone
Joe.
Kids and
yeah.
Muppet Babies. Mm-hmm. Captain
Simpler
Caveman.
times.
Yeah.
And Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
It was I think that was an ABC staple. I want to say. Can't remember for sure. Memory going.
I never paid attention to who broadcasted. I was just, I want to watch my stories.
Sound like a little old lady with a
Yep.
Yeah.
soap opera.
Yep.
Listen to my stories.
Yep. I got to watch my Saturday morning stories.
Yep. Yeah. So Ash Ketchum is actually voiced by 2 females.
Didn't know that.
One, so that's just the English dubs.
Just like Tommy Pickles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Veronica Taylor
Or Bart
voiced Ash Ketchum for the first 8 seasons, and Sarah Natochenny since season 9. Yeah, Nancy Cartwright does Bart Simpson, and I also believe Chucky from the Rugrats.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
So, when we're talking about voices, Mewtwo's first voice actor died. So he's never sounded the same, or I will argue as cool.
Right.
I know in Detective Pikachu, it sounded like it was a dude and a chick's voice, or like into one. I guess to kind of hint at the whole telepathy thing. That was interesting. I didn't love it or hate it. It was just like different. But yeah, that was kind of when I learned of that. I was like, oh man, no wonder he doesn't sound as cool.
Yeah.
He only did that one and then he died.
It's odd.
Yeah.
Rika Matsumoto has been the only voice of Ash in the Japanese version. So she's been voicing
Long
Ash
time.
that's been her career.
Yeah.
For the majority. I mean, when you think about
We're
it.
in the money.
Yeah, when you got something good, just keep rolling with it.
Heck yeah.
And I assume that since the new season just started this month in Japan, I'm assuming that won't come here till probably
2020?
sometime mid next year.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still churning them out.
So touch on some of these episodes that have been edited, banned, or removed from re-airing.
Oh boy.
That's the surprising thing is there's so many that either are just out of circulation globally or regionally or what, and for whatever reason.
Various reasons.
Very, very different reasons.
Like Song of the South.
We pretend that's not a... It's in the vault. It's in the vault.
Which, didn't you say that's what your tour guide said someone asked?
Yeah, of course. Is that where they keep Song of the South? Yes.
It's far back in the vault.
Didn't you say that was like a younger girl too?
Yeah.
Which, like, how do you know about Song of the South, young lady?
She was up to her Disney knowledge. I'll say
Apparently.
that. She probably knew more than I did.
She would pass the Disney Trivia Challenge
Oh yeah.
at work.
Oh yeah.
We got the Porygon flashing episode.
That's probably the most infamous one.
And what are we
Ooh,
talking
I don't
about
know.
here?
Well, one of them.
Sure.
I would definitely say one of. Well, that was one that I heard about for years. Like I wasn't even really up on my knowledge at the time, but I always heard about it. You can find clips of it on YouTube and places. And the other night I found it and I thought, well, I'm going to watch this and see how bad it was. I don't have epilepsy, but I feel like I should after seeing it.
Wow.
It is flashing very quickly red and blue. very bright red and blue.
That's seizure-inducing right there.
Which, I mean, the flashing on its own is bad, but the red and blue, man,
So I went to Horror Nights at Universal Hollywood. And there's this infamous, like, toxic tunnel. It's basically this tunnel between the upper lot and the lower lot. And they had strobes going in there. And normally light of any kind doesn't bother me too much unless it's too bright for obvious reasons.
You're getting older.
Oh, my God.
You're getting older, that's all I'll say.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that was rough. That was a rough one to get through. Woo-wee. Yeah, getting older for sure.
I'm telling you, roller coasters and thrill rides did not bother me. I mean, the spinning rides, Tom's Twister, something like that's going to pretty much bother everybody to a point. But man, strobe lights or just like riding some roller coasters like the Ninja at Six Flags St. Louis. Very simple. Beat you up and oh my goodness.
I didn't like that even in high school.
Yeah.
I did. The boss is the one that throws me off. It just
was
beats
too rough.
the hell out of you. Yeah.
Whenever
I'll
Batman
stick
the
to
Ride
Batman.
came out, oh yeah, that was
That's the one.
so smooth.
It's cool.
It was
beautiful.
smooth. I think the posts have shifted as the ground has settled some.
Well, it came out in what, 93?
Yeah. Long time ago.
But there have been a lot of episodes that have been, for whatever reason, either in America or in Japan or globally or
There's
other
the,
countries.
the famous one of Jesse and James with the whole like kind of nudity thing.
Yeah, that may be the most.
What?
Yeah.
So this is- this
Japan's a real weird place.
This
Yeah.
isn't the like the Pornhub version.
They're different.
It's a different.
Yeah, there have been like some sexual things that somehow slip through that whenever they tried to bring them here, they're like, no.
If I remember right, Jesse does kind of wear a cutoff top.
Oh, we're talking about James. I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. James.
He kind of like cross dresses, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
And yeah. And there was another episode where someone was referring to Misty and her chest area, which, if I remember correctly, in the cartoon, she's supposed to be like 12 or 13 or something.
Yeah,
she's
16.
I mean, they're all young. I mean, Ash was 10.
Yeah.
Supposedly,
It was a
when this
little
started.
weird.
Yeah.
But
It's
then they've had,
uncomfortable.
yeah. But then they've had other issues where they have like an episode where they go somewhere and the city gets flooded or something.
And that was right after.
And then right after there's like an earthquake that floods cities, and so they pull that.
Like tsunamis and stuff.
So that was the
Yeah.
Tentacool and Tentacruel, where they're destroying buildings and flooding.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, maybe we should pull this for a little
Too
while.
soon.
Yeah.
They had one that was a tower something, and it was right after 9/11, so they pulled that for a while.
Ooh.
They had another flooded one that came out after Katrina, so they pulled that one.
There was the one in, it was the Indigo League at some point. You see that he fights with a Tauros in like the League, but you don't remember how he gets it. Well, that's because they never showed that episode because they had guns in that episode.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And they decided, oh, hey, maybe we shouldn't have guns in the American, ironically, in America.
Yeah.
Of all places. And so they pulled that episode and no one ever saw it. And all of a sudden, Ash just magically has a Tauros. Turns out he actually has a lot because he caught like 40 that day.
It was a big day for Ash to catch them.
Yeah.
He was catching them all that day.
There's the episode where Meowth has dressed up kind of as Hitler.
Yeah, a little mustache.
Probably not a good idea.
No. It doesn't play as well as it did back in the Looney Tunes days,
Right.
which was right after all that stuff.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
during. What's this first instance of Jinx? Has that in here?
Oh, I forgot about that. You want to
You
take
mean-
that one?
You mean Nicki Minaj?
Oh.
You mean the blackface character?
Oh.
So, real talk. The first iteration of Jinx, it wasn't purple. It was black, and it was basically blackface.
I mean, it looked like blackface.
yeah.
I mean, it's still kind of, but at least it's purple.
Yeah, at least. I mean, there's not a lot you can do with that character model
No.
to kind of pull it way back.
Looks
With
explain some of what I was reading today about a specific character. Said, yeah, it's not blackface any longer, but still
Yeah,
Still
that's
kind
it.
of
questionable.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
questionable. I will give it that.
Yeah.
Okay. Answers that question.
Yeah.
And whenever I was researching this, I was kind of looking up to see like kind of a vibe as to what people's rankings are, at least of the original ones. Mm-hmm. It always seems to fall kind of around 150 out of 150.
Yeah,
It's pretty low on the total.
In fact, we were talking about this the other night, and you're like, you'll never guess, and you told me, and I'm like, that was
Now,
the one I
you're
was
right.
thinking of.
I was surprised, but yeah,
that,
apparently a
that
lot
was
of people.
my least favorite. Now, being a young, naive kid, I didn't like that they changed the color. Now, I didn't realize that they changed the color until somebody pointed it out.
Right.
And I'm like, well, why would they do that? That's stupid. And then you grow up a little bit, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, you become
I get that.
a little bit more aware of things. Like, oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, I will say, like, culturally, Japan has a very different historical, because there's things that we do that will offend them greatly, but they're the ones mastering this franchise, so
Yeah.
You just
they're a little more sensitive to that now.
you just look at some of the things that you can import for the Nintendo Switch.
I'll clarify.
like
The Pokemon series
The Pokemon
is a
company
little
is a
more,
little more-
careful.
Yeah. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Man, there's some games on the Switch
Well,
that
I mean,
I
it's-
see. It's like,
It's like Mickey Mouse. He's gotten very pristine and, pinkies up and very well preserved in certain lights. But you look back at that history and it's a little dark.
yep. It's like, oh.
There is a game on the Switch that was on sale. That's how I found out. I was looking at their deals because I wanted a cheap, simple. That's how I. Long story short, I ended up finding Saturday
please
Morning
tell me this
RPG.
is the same one that I looked at.
And I'm flipping through the cheap on sale games, and I found one that's essentially, I forget what it's called, but it's essentially Panty Raider.
Yep. It's
And I was like, oh
there's that one, and
my.
there's the one where you like squirt water on these girls
Yeah.
or something. I'm like,
What?
There's a lot of like
Yeah.
dating sim games on the Switch,
Huh.
which, and I don't know what else to call them but dating sim, but they're not, I don't know how they date in Japan, but
I saw one that was it was like a one night stand kind of thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You're supposed to
Yep.
be married or something. And
yep,
it's like
there's
wait,
one
what?
of those too.
Huh. Okay. This is a thing, and it's on the Switch.
Yep. And they're all
I need an
digital only
adult.
releases. They don't have
Right.
the physicals.
but there are actually some physical
Usually.
copies. Yeah, you can import them.
Yeah, you have to
Which
import
I've
them.
seen on some
Yeah.
Facebook groups for Nintendo Over 30s Facebook group and stuff.
You're not going to walk into Best Buy and find one.
No, no, no. No, it's just very interesting how the differences.
Oh,
there are.
very. Yeah. And it's also interesting, especially like where the designs for the creatures come from. Because usually they're based on actual creatures that exist in the wild. But then sometimes it's like somebody's been smoking a little too much and created this weird.
Like the one that looks like an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Or in the new
Or a
one
lamp.
where there's I think it's like a tea kettle.
Oh no.
Or
Well, there's that one.
there's one
like-
that's based off Gene Simmons now.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's one that's based off Gene Simmons. Look it up. Have fun.
I know there's that one that has like a screw on it. It's got these like looks like little wrenches coming out of the sides of it, and then when it evolves, it just takes like two other ones, and it like
Oh, that's
Magnemite and Magneton.
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah. Let's just put more together.
Well,
yeah. Or there's the one that it looks like it's got a face, but yet if you look at its like the little tail, which is little and black, that's supposedly like the brain of the creature. I don't know. It's kind of odd. There's some really weird designs.
Spirit Tomb?
Yeah.
That is like you took acid and then created a creature because it just looks like I don't know. I mean,
Oh,
I remember when that got released on Pokemon Go because I got it.
you're like, what is this?
It was, I think, the Halloween one they released last year. And it was like you had to do like a special 3-step thing to get it. And I got it without even trying. And it just showed, I'm like, what are you? What kind of an acid thing is? I mean, good God! Someone's taking some LSD and creating. Of course, being ghost type, I was like, yeah,
I'll take you.
I'll take it.
Come on in. And
We're having a spooky good time.
So many of them have these big, long tongues.
Lick a tongue.
Yeah.
That's the first one that comes to
That's
mind.
the first one that comes.
It's just, I don't know. It's odd.
Yeah.
Some of the ones that look like flowers. And like the one, I can't remember the name of it, but it looks like one of the characters from Plants vs. Zombies.
Oh yeah.
Sunflora.
I don't know.
There's a couple of them that
Yeah.
look like they belong in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the rose one?
Bellossom.
No, the Rosalie? Something like that. She's got like for her hands, she's got like flowers.
Oh, that's newer. I'm sorry, I can't help. Pokemon Go is the only reason I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean it shows up for me all the time, and okay, sure, why not?
Way too many. Way too many. Yeah, because you look at things like Bulbasaur. It's like, okay, so it's got
How quaint.
It's a frog with a flower.
Yeah, it's a frog with a flower on its back, and then it grows fangs, bigger fangs, looks a little more aggressive.
Flower grows a little.
Yeah.
And then it gets to Venusaur, and it just looks like a very drunk, hungover, angry creature with a palm tree on its back now.
So basically me after a holiday.
Could be, yeah.
Are you buried in Florida?
You don't know how my holidays go.
Yeah, you got Caterpie, which just looks like a caterpillar. Metapod just looks like a green bean kind of thing.
And then Butterfree.
Yeah.
There was one video I was watching the other day where it was somebody trying to. Oh, he was saying what the changes are, like what the different Pokemon are between Sword and Shield, like what you get on one versus the other. And he's not a Pokemon fan, so he has no idea how to pronounce any of the names. And listening to him try to pronounce some of them was hysterical. And about the time he got to Pupitar, he's like, Pupitar. That's not real. That's not real. Yeah.
Yeah. Oddish. I mean, it just looks like a little blueberry.
With leaves on top.
Yeah.
There's some of these TV series you can see on various streaming things. Like there's some seasons on Prime, on the Roku. If you have the Roku channel, I just found they have some episodes of Diamond and Pearl, and they just ran into Oddish. And I thought, oh, this is the joy that I didn't get to experience 15 years ago of them first running into an Oddish on there, and everyone's falling asleep. Oh, how
You got
quaint.
Mankey, which looks like a little monkey. Then you got Primeape, which just looks like an
angry
strong
monkey with punching gloves.
Yeah, and he's got little black bracelets on his wrists and ankles, like he just got out of prison. Growlithe looks pretty cool. Then that turns into Arcanine, which looks pretty cool. Poliwag and Poliwhirl.
That's another one that they were mentioning. They said, imagine going into a pitch meeting and saying, we got this idea for a creature. It's a tadpole with a weird spinny thing.
Right,
and
with the Sega Dreamcast logo on it.
Yeah, and then
That's supposed to be its intestines.
the next version is just that without a tail.
Looks like
but put boxing
Pac-Man.
gloves on it.
Looks like Pac-Man. In reality, it just looks like Pac-Man to me.
It's Blue Pac-Man
Right.
with his intestines showing through his stomach.
Yeah, sure.
Then you got Abra, who turns into Kadabra, and then turns into Alakazam.
I do like
With
the
a pair
look
of
of
spoons.
Alakazam.
Yeah.
Remember
like, what are
that's
you
the
doing
other thing
with
we
the
haven't
spoons?
mentioned, the lawsuit over Alakazam. Are you familiar with that? There was if I remember the story correctly, there was a guy who was one of those.
Bellsprout.
There's like a mentalist guy who would like bend spoons or whatever, and he sued them because they thought that his character design was ripping him off because he's holding the spoons. And apparently that went on for a while, and that's why Alakazam's card went out of print for a long time. And they didn't want to use him in anything for a long time because of that lawsuit.
Wow.
Yeah.
No wonder you had to trade for him to get him.
Yeah, that's why he was pretty hard to find for a long time.
Yeah, makes you wonder if that original card would be worth something. Like some.
Well,
of those
if I
other
had
ones.
my cards.
Yeah, you've kind of mentioned that before.
That makes me sad.
Makes me sick.
Now let's move on to movies real quick. So for 20-something years of the cartoon, you've got a movie for about each season.
I
You don't realize.
I went in and was going to list every movie that came out because I was only familiar with just a couple of them. And then I looked at how many movies there were, and you know what? Never mind.
The first two is basically the only ones you need to watch. The third one, nah.
I sat down and watched because you have the first three.
Yeah.
And when you were out of town, and I was, in fact, I think that was the day that it was snowing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just going to sit here all day and watch all three of them. And yeah, that was kind of my thoughts too.
Yeah.
First one I would say was my favorite.
Yeah. Second one, not bad.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Third didn't do a whole lot for me.
No. Detective Pikachu, I enjoyed.
Yeah, so whenever, because it kind of reminded you of the discussion when the upcoming Sonic movie came out. You see the like computer created, these creatures like, oh my God, they're not animated. They're like look real. You're like, ooh, how is this going to play out? Turned out, I think like you were saying, better than expected.
Yeah. Don't know if we talked about it on this show at any point, but I kind of feel like it
did good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of it that helped was they played it straight.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they were treating the creatures as though,
As
this is just
equals
the
to a
world.
point, yep.
They live here, and
It's kind of like Zootopia.
yeah.
And they sort of played off a little bit of like the plot with the first movie. I don't know how that mixed in there. It did a little bit. So, get to watch Mewtwo. That's cool.
Yeah.
Real Mewtwo.
Yeah, it's like at the very beginning, Mewtwo escapes from that lab or whatever, and next thing you know, Ryan Reynolds is voicing Pikachu and meets up with the character, and they just start talking. That's pretty cool.
I will say, and I know I'm in the vast minority, his voice coming out of Pikachu still bothers me. Just because I've heard his voice so much coming out of Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you
it's too
thinking more of a
close to-
Danny DeVito?
No, not really.
Oh.
I can't really think of a voice that would, for me, like, if I heard it, I'd be like, okay, that's it. But I can't think of one that, Danny DeVito doesn't really.
The internet wanted it.
Yeah, they sure did. I mean, I wouldn't have been opposed. I'm curious.
But I just don't think the voice would have fit the character, like cutesy Pikachu character.
And I know a lot of people think like, oh, well, just do it like the Penguin or Frank from It's Always Sunny. And I'm like, my problem is I'm too, my mind is too attached to those two roles that I can't put him in a Pikachu role.
Yeah, it's the downside of whenever you have a character that's or an actor so tied to a character, and then you hear that voice, you think, you can't not think.
Too polarizing or visceral. It just
It's
kinda
hard to
shocks your brain.
disconnect from what you already know. I mean, especially, like, I think I might have been able to handle it until the one scene where he's, like, terrified fighting, and he does that really high-pitched Pika, and I just...
Whenever
like,
Charizard comes out or
yeah, and he's really straining to get his voice that high, and I'm like, oh, no.
I beat him.
I think that was the moment
Do
that
it
really
again.
kicked me out.
Yeah. This would be like if you hear Tom Hanks and, oh gosh, I can't think of Tim Allen voicing other characters. It'd be like, no, you're Woody, you're Buzz.
It would be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, at least in their case, I can separate them from, like, their live action acting,
Right, yeah.
but Ryan Reynolds, that's hard to do.
Right.
I think part of my problem, I didn't like Ryan Reynolds for the longest time.
I think it kind of goes for most people.
I mean, for the longest time, I really didn't. And then somewhere, it was before Deadpool came out, somewhere in there, but it wasn't too far before that. I'm like, okay, I kind of like this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just something about his delivery, his style is what sells me on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the old Van Wilder just did not do anything for me.
Yeah. Yeah, Deadpool he just does that perfectly.
Yes.
Yep, cannot wait for Deadpool 3. Incorporate him into the Marvel Universe. Let's do it.
Please, Disney.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so, yeah, Detective Pikachu, I definitely recommend that. I thought it was good. I hope they do more in that sphere.
Yeah, I'd be okay with it.
I would like, and this, I mean, me thinking out loud, I think it'd be a great idea to take do almost a vignette, not even a vignette, like a skit-based movie where it's the Pokemon in different situations and there's a loose story that connects it, but have situational kind of things happening.
Kind of like Trick or Treat, the movie.
I would say even the only thing I can think of is closer to Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh.
Where it's every scene is a skit, but they're kind of loosely connected into a story.
Yeah, there's something that's going to tie everything together at the end.
As opposed to Trick or Treat or Creep Show, where it's technically each one is their own story and they're kind of loosely connected, but shorter and more of a story. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Like The Wolf Among Us? Or is that too connected?
That's pretty close. Pretty close. Yeah. Maybe one day.
Yeah,
I'm still
maybe.
waiting on the RPG of Transformers, so
Yeah, it could be a while.
well, I might be waiting on that for a while.
Might never see it.
Right.
So, briefly touched on the trading card game. Brad's got bad memories of trading cards.
Well, good memories until they turned sour.
They first released in 1996. When did your memories go sour?
2009, 10, 11, somewhere around there.
Would you consider starting over on your memories?
Yes.
Really?
Maybe.
You would consider starting...
Although
getting
they're
into that.
probably really expensive now. Because I had built up quite a bit.
I mean,
And most of them are out of print.
Oh, I mean, not necessarily the old ones. I mean,
Oh.
with what's available currently. Interesting.
Think about it.
Interesting.
Hey, throw a pack with a giant Mewtwo on it. I'm down.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say that in the last few years, living card games have become a thing, which is a fascinating concept. And I wonder if they would ever go that route because the way it is, occasionally there's variants where you get the shiny version, or you have there's some variants with degree of percentage you can acquire them. But living card games, there's the people who made Magic the Gathering created another one, and I cannot think of for the life of me what it's called. It's got key in the title of it, but it's every pack you get is different. So there's almost impossible to get the same card twice.
Oh.
There's different
duplicates?
variations
Whoa.
of all the things, and it's supposed to the number of combinations are in the billions, and it's you do have different factions, and then you have different characters and different powers.
I think I really like that because everybody always wants to try to be unique, have that one thing they really like that no one else has. That kind of solves for it.
Oh yeah, and they've incorporated living card games in Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, and I don't know how successful those have been. I haven't been following them for the last year or two, but it's they come out with new cards and new packs and things. But with that specific one that I can't think of, it's every pack is completely different.
Now, what would be really cool is if they could take those living card games and you have your physical cards that you can tangibly hold, but then you can scan a code and it scans them all into your phone or whatever. and you
That
can
would
take
be
them on the
cool.
go to play if you don't have them with you.
That would be cool.
That's the universe I wanted to live in.
Yeah.
Never
And
happened.
the reason why they call it Living Card Game is they continuously put out new content for it. You get like the base set in a box, but then you get the new packs and you just keep building. And I mean, it's all deck building, but I wonder if they'd ever do something along those lines with Pokemon. I mean, I guess technically in a way it is a living card game before living card games existed, but
Yeah.
to make them so unique that there's so many variants, that would be wild.
Yeah.
Of course, who am I kidding? Some of these things are ridiculously expensive enough as it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, the 1998 Pikachu Illustrator sold for $224,500 in 2019.
Because
The article was just published in October, and the reason for it is they only gave out, or they were awarded 39 of them, and only 10 are known to exist. And apparently back in, I think, 2013, that same card went up for auction and only sold only like 54,000 or something.
Oh, so the value has gone up.
But yeah, apparently in the last 6 years, it shot up.
so the Wizards of the West, the Hasbro company,
Hmm.
the 98 to 2003. That's probably where the most of my cards come from,
Oh,
because that was where I was like deepest rooted in.
Yeah, it makes sense, but that time frame.
Yeah. So
and it seems all the ones that I've looked up that are like the highest ones that sold in auction or whatever, it's in that group.
yeah, I wouldn't say they're in the best condition ever, but they were in pretty good condition.
Yeah, I think at that time, if you're 10, 11, 12, you're not thinking, ooh, long-term value.
No,
No,
but I was
thinking,
thinking I need to take care of my cards. So, for them, I would say for the most part, a lot of them had their own sleeves, especially the ones I really liked. So,
Yeah, keeping them in binders and stuff like that. I mean, I know I had my son, one of his friends, and he had binders and binders.
oh yeah, I remember
These.
having binders, and they became tubs.
And I will say, whenever we went to Toy Man that one time, there were a few people that had them.
Had some cards, plenty of cards.
There were some that had Magic cards, and there were more Pokemon than Magic.
Yeah, it's like my kids didn't really get into the Pokemon cards. They, for some reason, got into Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They did more of that.
I did have in that same stack of the ones that are lost. I had a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, and it was all based off of cards that I got to move out of play that would make what seemed like a very pathetic creature very strong very quickly.
There's also figures that were made by Tommy, Tomy, T-O-M-Y. I know it's a very old toy name because there was a lot of electronic toys that I used to have that were made by that company.
Ooh, I don't know if I still have. No, I have. If it was Mewtwo, I still have it somewhere.
Yeah, some beautiful looking figures in this set. Kazoo tight. But you just look at these and it's like, wow, so nice. I mean, obviously, with Pokemon, there's going to be merchandising just everywhere. I mean,
My little goddaughter, her favorite Pokemon is Mewtwo.
well, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think it kind of helps in that aspect because kind of being a pinkish purplish character,
Yeah.
the color is attractive, I would say, to younger girls.
Definitely. What are you trying to say?
No. Just throwing that out there.
In trying to research for this, I was watching commercials as kind of become tradition for this.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I was trying to look for, because I don't remember watching any commercials back in the day for Pokemon.
The Game Boy, the bus load of Pokemon that keep.
That's the only one that I remember.
Okay.
That one and the Pokemon Snap.
Oh, okay.
Those are the only two that I remember from back then.
Yeah.
And so a few of these other ones crept up, and the thing that made me kind of curious that I didn't look up for this was like promotional tie-ins with like fast food restaurants. And
Burger King.
Burger King came up, and those looked pretty cool.
I have Mew and Mewtwo in the basement.
But here's the one that really surprised me. KFC had one.
What?
KFC had a promotional tie-in with plush toys.
Yeah. Dratini, Vulpix, Zubat, and...
Seal.
There we go.
Why those 4?
Right.
That's what I want to know.
Although Dratini was the coolest one out of the bunch.
I'll forgive that one.
Yeah.
And
But they're very random.
I'll even forgive
Yeah.
Vulpix a little.
Sure.
But Seal and Zubat...
Zubat
Really?
feels like a slap in the face.
Oh, yeah. Like, because that came up, and it was only for a second I saw them, and I went, wait, was that a Zubat? And I thought, okay, there has to be more than just those. And then, so, no, it was just those 4.
I still have a Dratini somewhere.
Oh, my God.
Makes you
Why?
wonder if, like, for certain characters, if the licensing fee was more than other characters.
Were these just the cheapest ones they could get?
Right.
Why is Jinx not part of that?
Yeah, it's like, all right, we've got.
Ooh,
They were dumb, but they weren't stupid.
fried chicken. This is not
Yeah,
going
no.
good.
Yeah, no.
Wow, Brad.
But, I mean, at
I
this
like
rate,
fried chicken.
at this rate, throw Goldeen in there. I mean, why not? It's no worse than Zubat.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Funko Pop toys as well, because, I mean, Funko has licensing for just about everything. it
And
seems
how
like.
many Funko Pokemon do you have?
I have 0.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did they make a Mewtwo one? I think they did.
I don't recall. I just know
I think he was in Mewtwo armor.
It wouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah. I mean, I obviously Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Charmander.
Can you imagine if they just went ahead and did the whole line? I mean, wouldn't that like double theirs
no.
total number?
If they, threw in all the evolutions and everything.
Yeah. I
Oof.
mean,
I can't even imagine how many Funko Pops have been created. I mean, I think they just opened up a Funko shop, like physical big location out in
Not
California.
sure if that's real, but
Maybe.
it's a drawing.
Yeah, maybe you have to look into it. Huh?
Nope, that's a
it.
scary thing.
No, do it. Get one.
I already have enough. I have like 3 Mewtwo figures on my one shelf.
Yeah, but it's not a Funko Pop version.
and they are, I was just in there. They're pretty cool looking.
Yeah,
Especially the one that's got Mew floating right next to him.
that one was I had to import that from Japan, but it was one of those like very articulated figures. I really like that one, but then there's another one behind it that's mostly just like a mold of him like doing a psychic attack. That was a birthday gift that my buddy got me last year or the year before. Just out of the blue, guy I've been playing with on Xbox for the past 10 years. Here's a gift. Shows up, open it up. Now, if I could only find a Gyarados. I still need to get the Charizard, the Nintendo.
Amiibo?
Yes, I still haven't gotten him.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly,
Yeah. Yeah, Amiibos are I mean, I think they're really beautiful figurines.
Oh, yeah, they're gorgeous.
I mean,
because Nintendo doesn't really make toys. Let's be honest. So when they made an Amiibo and they're your favorite characters, including Mewtwo,
you're like, oh. Yeah, and they're going to do the figures right.
oh yeah,
That's the
they
nice
look
thing.
great.
And those suckers, after a while, because they don't stay in print for
Nope.
a long time.
Yeah, if you don't get them when they release.
Yeah, I need
good
to
luck.
consider getting Charizard in the next year or so.
Oh, yeah.
because he's already went up at least $10 from his original.
Gosh.
So he's like $25 now.
Yeah, you better jump on that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about starting a Link collection.
Good luck.
But when I considered this was about 6 months ago. And then I looked up some things and I thought, no, I don't need to do that.
Nope.
With how many there are, there's a lot.
There's a lot of them. Yeah.
See, the Metroid collection's easy. They don't
Right.
make a lot of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have all of them except one.
Yeah. I do have one, and it's because it came with my copy of
Is it the wolf?
the Wolf Link. It came with Twilight Princess on the Wii U. And I have that one. It's still sealed, too. because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, so I just left it in the package.
I took everything out of the package because that's the kind of person I am. I like to touch all the cool figurines.
Oh, I do too.
And I don't have room for packages. So
True. I
here
think with
am.
Amiibos, I would take them out of the package just because they're
they
small.
got the cool little stand.
Well, you can also
And you gotta
use
scan
them then too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't think I would use them. I mean,
Oh,
I would
I-
get them more for
no.
decoration.
Oh, totally.
That's usually where I fall in.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that. Although I did unlock some cool stuff on the Metroid game with the Metroid figurines.
Yeah, which that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll wrap things up. We did touch on Pokemon Go a bit.
I mean, that was a phenomenon in and of itself.
It got people who were not Pokemon fans
Into
to
it.
jump into it.
People were outside. You
Yeah.
saw groups of people
Oh,
swiping on their phones, and you
Yep.
knew what they were doing.
Yep.
There was a really fun story I read not too long after it came out, and it was this guy who was, I don't know, close to 40-ish, and he was kind of obsessed with it, and he decides to go out into the park because he saw that there was, I don't even remember what it was, but one of the ones that he was trying to track down, oh, it's nearby. Oh, it's in the park. So he walked down the road, went into the park, and there were these two dudes hanging out in the park, and he's like, and this is like 2 a.m. Park's closed, and he sees
Right.
these two dudes hanging out in there, and he's like, oh crap, this is not good.
Yeah,
and they approached him, and he's just like, oh no. And they said, hey, there's a whatever over there if you're looking for it. And he said, we immediately connected, and we're like, oh great, yeah. So he said, I went over, caught it, came back, started talking. We got friend codes. We started sharing things. He said, we talked for like an hour just on this. And he said, that's whenever the cop pulled up and was like, what are you guys doing at 2 a.m? And he said, here we are.
Playing
This
the game.
most motley
Innocent.
crew.
Yeah.
He said, here I am, this 40-year-old man with these 20-year-olds who look like they are really scary looking dudes. And he's like, this cop, we started talking to him. He said by the end of the conversation, we had him on Pokemon Go, giving him advice, and he's sitting there catching them too. And I'm sort of like, what other game could possibly create stories like that?
Right. Such a wide age range.
I mean,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen people come into our store playing it.
Yep.
And while they're buying our computers or whatever various things that we have help with. And they're in their 40s or 50s.
Yep.
That's kind of amazing to
Oh,
me.
yeah. The thing that helps me is it gets me to explore
Different
parts of the
areas.
areas that I would probably never go into if I wasn't pushed into it because of this app.
Yeah, it definitely got the exercise thing going.
I mean, there once in a while you'll catch a thing that's like, oh, to get this reward, spin 8 stops you've never spun before. Okay, well, that means I'm going to have to go to areas I've never been.
Yep. Explore.
Yeah.
Explore
Yeah.
the area around
You have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of like 1998 all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
they only started with the original 150.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And people like me who, I mean, I was kind of familiar with a lot of the original ones, but after that I fell off real quick. I forgot what gen they're on in that.
They're deep
3
now.
or 4.
Yeah.
At least, well, probably 4. At least 4.
5-ish.
4 or 5.
Yeah. I mean, the
But
game's
it's
3
there's
years old.
I have no clue. I'm learning
Me too.
who a lot of these are as we're going.
Yeah. I mean, I know they've had a lot of rough goings with some of their events that they've tried doing where all these people travel to this one area.
And the cell towers can't handle it.
Yeah.
At least that was
All
the
the
first
traffic.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or they've had where they put up stops in people's property and
Yeah.
people
then
are
you have
trespassing. And
Yeah.
that was a thing for a while.
Yeah. You had to
Oh,
really.
and everybody magically needed power banks for their phones. So people sold a lot of power banks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought 2 that year. One for me, one for my wife, which wasn't using it for Pokemon Go, but I felt like it was such a good idea. I might as well get her one.
I remember I had to get one because my phone was kind of going out and
Yeah.
it had a very short battery life. And we were going to go over to the zoo to catch some creatures. And I'm like, oh, I need one of these things or else my battery's going to be dead in an hour.
Yeah. I'll catch 2. Yeah, that was definitely something that was a battery drain for sure.
Yes.
It's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool things you can do, like Adventure Sync, where you basically just turn it on, and as you're walking, normally your pedometer thing on your phone catches that and sends that data to your the Pokemon thing. So when it opens up, it's just like, oh yeah, the last time you synced it was this many steps. There you go. Here's your stuff. It's like, oh,
That's very helpful.
nice.
Yeah. That way you don't have the app open all the time.
Oof.
I do yell at it occasionally whenever it's, oh, are you a passenger?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Waze does that too. Like,
Usually
like,
I'm
yes,
not a
I am
passenger,
passenger.
Yeah.
I am the weirdo that will drive and do the go.
Well, there were some car crashes involving
Oh, yes.
Pokemon Go. So
Oh, yes. I've seen a lot of videos of those.
And a lot of horror stories. I mean, of people getting attacked and set up.
Yep.
And like the story you were saying could have went one of the other ways.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Well, there was a story that I just saw in the last week where locally here there was somebody who's been playing the game for a long. They're like level 40, so they've been doing it for a long time, and they will drive into parks and spin the things and battle in the gyms, catch a few things, and then they'll drive on and go to the next place, as a lot of people do. Well, somebody saw them just sitting there, took pictures of them, because there was like kids playing in the jungle gym not too far away. They took pictures of them, posted them on Facebook, and said, if you know who this creeper is, turn them into the police. And then that went viral. So then the local Pokemon group on Facebook had to equally push back and say, no, this is a guy. Like, the people who were complaining, they had to be explained what Pokemon Go was.
Right, yeah.
And even after they were explained it, they were still like, well, then why is he in a park doing this where there's little kids around? Can't he go someplace else?
well, you could, but this
could,
is just
but-
the most efficient way.
Yeah, it's like, he's not doing anything. He's sitting in his car playing on his phone.
Yeah, he's not sitting here talking to the kids,
No.
going up and offering them candy or something.
If I had to guess, the dude probably didn't even know there were any kids around because he's too busy trying to catch his creatures.
Right.
I mean,
pocket
occasionally you hear
monsters.
stories like that too. But
Yeah.
I just figured, like, I guess it's been out for about 3 years now. Mm-hmm. I figured those days
July
were
2016.
over because I figured. Because whenever it first came out, yeah, there was some crazy
Lots
stories.
of stories.
Yeah. Well, it's because it was the hottest new thing, and everybody was playing
Everyone was doing it, and there was some weird things happening.
It's like the top app on both app stores for a little while.
Yeah, I know there was.
it. They made a lot of money.
There were police stations that were telling people, "Don't come into the police station if you're going to do this. Just stay out in the parking lot."
Right.
Goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, but it's the world we live in. I'm just going to be curious to see what the future holds for Pokemon.
Yeah.
I don't see it going away anytime soon.
no.
Apparently not.
And on one hand, I mean, it's, if you look at it from and I hate to do it this way, but if you look at it from a strictly commercial capitalistic viewpoint, I mean, it's essentially repackaging and shipping out 90% the same product,
Yeah.
and it sells a bajillion copies. But then even if you dig deeper per generation, I mean, you're not selling a game. You're selling two games that are about 99% the same game.
Yeah.
But you're either forcing people to connect with each other or buy two copies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's genius.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 'cause you
Well,
can be hitting
with the
people for-
tagline "Gotta catch 'em all," that just kind of influenced the whole. Hey, yeah, I gotta get both versions, or
Yep.
2 Game Boys, or find a friend, or
Find someone who's got the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be $120 before tax. If you
Which
wanna
is
get both.
odd. You would think in our day and age that if you have like a bundle, there'd be like a slight savings. No, they don't do that.
Not
It is
Nintendo.
60 and 60 or 120.
Yeah.
And it's bundled together in one package. Nope. Because
Yep.
Nintendo.
That's it. That's how they roll.
Of course, who am I kidding? I mean, Nintendo's the same company that, oh, Wii U. we're going to discontinue that. That's old, and like a year later, everything's out of print, and they're still full price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it is wild. You can get Wii U's pretty cheap now on
you
Facebook
can.
Marketplace and stuff like that.
For that first little while, those like you walk into Walmart, their games are still $60.
Well, if you're considering getting a Wii U, I would grab it soon because that price is going to go up.
Yeah, I would say that one is going to become the collector thing.
Yep, because there were not a lot of people that liked it, and those that had it loved it, and they didn't make a lot of them, and they didn't sell a lot of them.
Yep.
So that being said, plus the ones that either got destroyed or broken or whatever, thrown in the mix or out of the mix.
If you toss in the fact that the main controller for the Wii U is a Switch XL.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was where they got the design for the Switch. They just shrunk it down some, made a nicer screen, made the controllers on the sides detachable, and better battery. They're not really repairable, so if they go out, good luck.
Sorry about you.
That's why I always used the Pro controller with it.
Right.
I didn't want to risk it. That, and I kind of hated holding that thing.
It is weird.
Yeah.
It is odd.
And there weren't a whole lot of games that really required use of it. Like some of them, you'd have your map down there, and then you'd have the screen. But there
Star
weren't
Fox
a whole lot.
did. We tried to beat it that one day.
That just...
That was rough.
If it didn't have those motion controls, it'd
I
probably
would've
be a
nailed
lot
that
more
game.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
That was rough.
That's a rough one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to fire up that Pokken tournament and see what it really is like.
I highly recommend maybe getting Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee. It's a very casual way to experience the original 150.
Yeah.
And enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, I do have all the games on my Raspberry Pi, so I could always try them there and
There is that.
see how that goes. Yeah, so I think it pretty much does it for this episode. Unless anyone has anything else they would like to throw in there. All right.
Or we could this is a deep franchise. We could talk about this forever. Let's be real.
Yeah, if we really wanted to go back and revisit every movie and spend 20-30 minutes on each movie,
Every show,
each season,
Every game.
geez.
cereals, Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
You name it, they had it.
Yeah.
KFC plushes. Again.
That's pretty unbelievable that they did have that. Yeah, so join the Facebook group, Back to the Past Podcast. That's available. There's also the Facebook page, which will lead you to the group. So like one, join the other. Back to the Past Podcast on Instagram is Back to Past Pod. So make sure to subscribe and maybe leave ratings and reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever podcasts can be found. Tell a friend, and if you have an episode idea that you would like us to discuss, let us know. Contact at backtothepastpodcast.com. I'd have to double check that. I don't know why. It's just kind of terrible when it comes to that. We open up our email application, and then we go to... Is it that one? No, it is not that one. It is going to be that, which is contact at backtothepastpodcast.com. No, backtothepastpod.com. Contact at backtothepastpod.com. Isn't that horrible? Check the show notes. It's going to be right there. That I can tell you for sure. So for those of you who have stuck with us this entire time, thank you for listening. And until next time, I guess we'll just throw out a happy holidays. We'll talk to you again when we get back from the past.
Pikachu! Thunderbolto!
We always end up blasting
Delta Airlines just turned 100 and is already shaping the next century of flight with the Delta Sustainable Skies Lab. Here, they're building the future of flight. Think electric air taxis and next-gen aircraft aiming to cut fuel burn significantly. And this isn't just future talk. Today, their fleet of Boeing 737s have marine-like finlets designed to reshape airflow that reduces drag. The future of travel is more sustainable, and Delta's leading the way. Learn more at delta.com/sustainability.